Hello guys, my name is Arun and welcome to my channel. This series is a series of tutorials on Advanced Fortran programming. Now in this tutorial we'll be looking at some of the string operation functions or string processing functions available in Fortran. We'll be concentrating on let's see three functions, namely trim, adjust L and len function, and also we'll see how to concatenate strings in today's example and all. Now uh, now let's begin our program directly. I have a program named strs, okay, and I've written a small shell script here to run it. This program will be individual, so all we need is that we just need this function, and this has to be executed to produce, build to produce an executable, and then executable runs here. So this is the shell script, it's ready, and this file is written in. Now if you can, I don't know whether you can see, this file is written in my desktop, and then I created a folder called a string underscore funcs. Inside that it's available. Okay, let's start our job. I need a character, okay, a character array called as name1, which is of 10 units long, and I assign it to a name called, say, Fortran, just like that, and with a space at the end. This is important. And then and the space at the front also. I'll explain you this. These spaces will be helpful. And then name2 dot 10, okay, equals, let's say equally compatible language C++, okay. And then name3 dot, okay, I'll name it name6. I'll explain you guys why. Okay, name6. And then this line is getting full, so let me just write a new one. Name3 star 20. This should be 20 units long. And name4 star 20. This is another 20 units long. And then name5, which is actually 10 units long, okay, and this should be equal to space string space yes space, okay. Now let us define two formats. I've already defined the formats over here. Let me just copy and paste it here, okay. Format 10 prints name1 with the number s, like this, okay. This is something to be considered most. A10 stands for a character of 10 units long. I stands for integer, and this 1 stands for 1 value, like that. You guys, when I print these, you guys just get to see how this works. Okay, now I'm printing the print statement. Okay, this print statement follows the format 10, so I should enter an integer first. So let me put this 1, okay, and then I type name1, okay, 2, name2, okay. Now let's see how this gets printed. Now if I were to run the shell script over here, okay, run the shell script over, okay, let me just run the shell script over bash star dot sh, yeah, it prints like this. Ignore about these, just ls command functions and remove functions and all. Ignore about these, okay. It produces an executable, and it prints space Fortran with some spaces following that, and then the name. And if you guys can notice properly, there's a space for O, there's a space for P, and there's a space here, okay. And this space, if you guys let's see, this won't fit in properly, okay. I'll keep it over here. If you guys look at here, the one space comes because of this space over here, okay. Other than that, it prints in a 10 units location, okay. Now let's see how this goes different. Suppose if I were to concatenate two strings as it is, the concatenation operation is given by two slashes, okay. Suppose if I write name1 / name2, then what will happen is that it will just concatenate both these strings. And now let's print these. But before that, there is this one. I'll explain a function. There's one more function. Well, there's one function called as trim. What this does is that it just trims the spaces in the line before and after the names to print it a print to allow concatenation properly. So what I do is that I just type trim of name 1 and then double backslashes and then trim of name 2, okay, and then name 6 equals adjust L name 5. I'll explain what this is. Okay, now adjust L or is the command is used for adjusting the length of the string. What it does is that it just removes the trailing spaces from the front and at the back of the number of the strings. Okay, and only those trailing spaces that come because of the formatting, okay, that alone is present. Whereas trim removes all the trailing spaces at the front and at the back of the file, back of the string, and does the job accordingly. Okay, now let's print all this now. And also there is this one more command called as len. Okay, I'll explain. We are printing strings 3 and 4 using this 10th format, 20th format, and using printing for name 5 and 6 using format 10. Okay, and then I'm printing the length of this particular string using this len command, and this len command should return, okay, 1 2 3 string is 6 letters long, this s is 7, there's a space in here, there's a space over here, this should return 9. Okay, now if I were to execute this, perfect. What it says is that if you guys notice, there are lot of trailing spaces here and there's space in the front. Okay, name 1 is printed as it is, name 2 is printed as it is with a lot of spaces. There are like 7 spaces over here, that's why I put this underscore check here, okay, to indicate there are a lot of trailing spaces for this string. Okay, when you merge these two strings in name 3 without having any adjustment, without having any trimming, this space is because of the leading spaces available in Fortran and trailing spaces, and this space is also because of leading space available. But once you trim them, once you use the trim command to concatenate the strings, all the spaces get trimmed off and they get printed nicely. Okay, the leading space all gets printed, but you know this kind of goes hand in, this kind of goes like that. Okay, sometimes the leading space won't work, but spaces in between strings, if they are under concatenation and all, they'll just work out fine. Okay, and then if you guys look at this, okay, the leading space in adjust L is there's one leading space over here, and this leading space, it gets removed in this line after using this adjust L command or adjust length command. And then finally the length of the string is 9 units. Why this many spaces? Formatting issue, nothing more. Alright, now I'm not done with this tutorial yet. Okay, there is this one more concept I have to tell today. You can not only print entire strings, but you can print fractions of the strings also. Okay, for instance, in here I'm printing the entire name 1, which is actually Fortran with all the front space and back spaces included. Okay, this here I'm printing all the values from the front till the 6th character, and here I'm printing all the values from 6th character till the end of the string, and here I'm just printing the character 4, 5, 6 and 7 here. Okay, now if I were to run this, you guys see the difference. Here it prints entire string, here it prints only 6 characters, here everything else from the 6th character till the end, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters, 4th, 6th and 7th characters alone here. Okay, this way you can print a fraction of the strings also in this method. Okay, now that's all I have for you guys in this tutorial, and this kind of this kind of string operations are very much helpful while managing files and other stuff. Okay, so you may not have a good use of it right now, but maybe in the distant future, wherein you might be working with functions and all to manage file names, to data for some data processing where you have to adjust with strings, play with strings and all. This will be really useful. So this is something to look at. Okay, and suppose you want to sorry suppose you want to save certain files to let's say you want to save certain files and do some file management and all, read a lot of files which have some kind of a common name, and you want to generate something out of it and all. This will be really useful, and maybe in one of the future tutorials we'll be using I'll think of some example wherein we can use these tools we learned here and put them into proper use. Okay, that's all I have for you guys in this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time.